I thank the grace of Heavenly Mother, compassion of Maitreya Buddha, Qigong Buddha, virtue of Patriarch, 师尊and 师母, and also Grandmaster, Senior Master Li and Junior Master Li, to allow me to have this opportunity to host this session, and I welcome your attendance here. So today we are going to continue our sharing on the Scripture of Deliverance from Maitreya Buddha. So the translation for this line is Lao-Mu descend the divine thread. Now let's look at it a little further. What is Tianhua? So when we look at Tian is supreme heaven. Supreme heaven. By the way, what is supreme heaven to you? What does it mean to you? Supreme heaven means it's Wuji. It has nothing, but it has its energy. Supreme heaven is, first of all, it has nothing. There's no sound. Everything is void. Everything is pure. So there's no sound. There's no flower, no music. So in a Christian term, they talk about heaven. There's like a beautiful flower. There's amazing music, amazing something. Those are not the supreme heaven. Those are just a lower heaven. Because the way the Tao Temple look at supreme heaven is that the supreme heaven has nothing. So there was a joke. Let me explain to you. So there was a guy, one time he died and he went to a place. So he wake up and he say, where is this place? And God say, wow, this is heaven. And he say, well, how come I don't see anything here? There's nothing. Everything is white. Everything is translucent. So God say, this is heaven. But this guy say, no, but that's not what I learned. I'm supposed to see my ancestor. I'm supposed to see this and see that. But in reality, that's not supreme heaven. So God say, if you want to see the heaven that you want to go see, boom, you got downgraded. So that's supreme heaven. Supreme heaven is supposed to be nothing. However, it has its energy. In the Tao term, we call it Wuji. It's full of it's non-existence, but it's a state of void. So in Tao, we call it Li Tian. So in the place of supreme heaven, it's full of brightness, it's full of light, it's illumination, it can be translucent, it can be just there's no color at all. It could be white or it could be translucent. So that's the supreme heaven. And the next character that we want to learn is flower. So flower is Hua. Flower in Buddhism term, it represents wisdom. Every one of us, we receive Tao, we receive a lotus flower in Tushita heaven. So this flower represents profound illumination. It represents great wisdom. It represents spiritual enlightenment, divine blessing. It represents our essence if we gain our higher consciousness. It symbolizes the manifestation of divine grace. It symbolizes harmony and attainment of deep wisdom. So all this. So why do we talk about flower? Because the next character is describing Lao-Mu. Tianhua Lao-Mu垂玉线. What does Heavenly Mother look like? Heavenly Mother. So there's an adjective behind the Heavenly Mother to describe what does Heavenly Mother look like. So can we describe the Heavenly Mother? It's very difficult. So that's why the scripture talks about the supreme heaven, talks about the flower. The Heavenly Mother is full of wisdom because the Heavenly Mother, the creator, or the Christian call it the Heavenly Father, is full of wisdom because he makes so much arrangement for us. He makes so much arrangement for he created the earth, he created all of us, he managed our each reincarnation, he created your family for you. So this Heavenly Mother is actually invisible, it's intangible, it's inaudible. But our Heavenly Mother is up in Supreme Heaven. She is sobbing because she wants all of us to return home. We are all her child, and we forgot our way home. Imagine you go on a travel, and you are on travel for so many years. And every time you go on travel, every destination that you reach to, it's all hotel. You stay in this hotel for a period of time, and then you travel, and then you every night you come back to this hotel, and then you move on to the next destination, and then you move on to another hotel. You stay for a couple of days, and then you stay for a couple of days. So isn't it like us? Every time when we are reincarnated onto this physical body, we are like residing in this hotel, and we just forgot that there's a place called home. And where's our home? Where's our home? Our home is not Tushita heaven. Our home is Supreme Heaven. So we want to go back to that Supreme Heaven. That's our home. So that we can be embraced by our Heavenly Mother. But to go back home, it's very difficult. It's very difficult because on the way to go home, you cannot bring any luggage. And what kind of luggage do we have? We have the luggage of greed. We have the luggage of judgment, discrimination, hatred. And sometimes we want to take money with us. People are attached with their money. People are attached with their pet. Do we have pet in our home that we feel so attached to? Do we have our loved one that we feel attached to? What about our sibling? Probably not. We are more attached to our kids and maybe our belonging too. Yeah. So to go back to our home, we cannot take any luggage with us. The purpose of our cultivation is to reduce our luggage and eventually get rid of all our luggage. Lao-Mu, who is in the Supreme Heaven, who is bright and with so much illumination, has so much wisdom, she wants to save us by descending a golden thread. So this golden thread is what she wants to bring us up for salvation. So this golden thread is very important. This golden thread comes from the Heavenly Mother, feed us the wisdom and our spiritual growth. So imagine this picture here. There's a fetus in the mother's womb. So this fetus is in need of nutrition from the mother's feeding. And all the feeding comes from this umbilical cord. So with this feeding tube, which we call the umbilical cord, the fetus can grow. It can grow its organ. It can grow its size. It can grow its brain so that the body can move. So this umbilical cord is very essential for the fetus to grow. So for us, this golden thread is also important too. We rely on this golden thread because that's where our Heavenly Mother feeds us the wisdom so that we can grow spiritually. If we don't grow spiritually, what's going to happen? We will continue on our travel journey, move on to hotel and hotel. Imagine you go on to reincarnation next time, and then next time, and next time, and next time, and next time. Do you think next time when you come about, Earth will be a better place to live in? Probably it's going to get worse, right? It's going to get worse. So how many of you want to come back again? Probably not. We don't want to come back again. So that's why it's important we have this spiritual growth. So we need this golden thread to help us. So where does the golden thread come from? We have all received Tao. We have all have our chakra open. And that's where our golden thread is. Every time when we do the meditation, when we are in a quiet, lonely moment, we can communicate with our Heavenly Mother, with this chakra, with this golden thread, with this heavenly portal. That's where we get our wisdom, our spiritual growth from. So a lot of time we are aware of our chakra, aware of our wisdom when we are at a peaceful moment, especially when we are alone. Say in the morning we have a cup of tea, our spouse is not with us, our kids is not with us, or at nighttime, the moment before we sleep, we enjoy that piece of freedom, enjoy that piece of wisdom. That it's our special time that we connect us to our Heavenly Mother. This is a very special time. That's where our Heavenly Mother feeds us spiritually. And not to mention, when we sleep, we can also receive that wisdom too. Sometimes when we dream, we get some kind of dream. We get some kind of dream. Pay attention to those dreams, because the dream can be our answer that we want during the daytime. Sometime in the daytime, we say, I don't know, this is a difficult situation. What do I do? What do I do? God, please answer me. Sometimes God does not answer you during daytime. God answers you in your dream or in your quiet moment. So God do communicate throughout the day. Depends on what you are doing. If you are busy working, the channel is shut down. If you are driving on the road, the channel probably is shut down because your mind need to focus on your mundane affair. When you are cooking, maybe it's kind of shut down. But sometimes there's a message comes in. What I'm saying is that the message will come when the muddy water becomes clear. It does take time for your mind to become clear. Imagine if you have a dog. It's very exciting. And how long does it take you to calm your dog? It takes a while for you to calm your dog or the cat. So same thing for our mind. We need some time for our mind to settle. Sometimes me and my husband have some issue. It will take me 2 or 3 days to think about an answer and then present him the solution. So give ourselves some time. So Lao-Mu descend the divine thread. This is a very important message. How do we receive this message through divine thread? First is that we want to receive this blessing. We want to have our chakra open. And then once we have our chakra open, that communication is not 24/7. You have to wait until the mud is settled. 收圆显化在古东. During the last salvation, the holy manifestations are revealed in the ancient East. So what is 收圆? 收圆 is harvest. Why are we talking about harvest? Because in the Christian term, they also talk about salvation. They also talk about harvest. There's a famous group named the Harvest Crusade. So right now is the harvest time. So in the Tao Temple, we also talk about harvest too, because right now is indeed the harvest time. So as we know, on the picture on the left, there's the spring, summer, fall, and winter. So what happened during the fall time? The crop need to be harvested, right? Because the springtime is where we do the seeding. The summertime is where the crops grow. The fall time is where we harvest. And the winter time, the farmer does not do anything. So same thing for our maturity of our human growth. There's the birth, the youth, the adult, and the death. So all of us are experiencing the adult age, which is the harvest time, or we should say the peak time. In I would say that in the spiritual realm, or no, in the earth realm. Let's talk about the earth as an example. So we can know that, say, 1,000 years ago, everything that human do is very much natural. Everything that they grow vegetable wise, they don't have chemical, right? So, but earth, we know that it's in the harvest time already. I hate to say that we are going, but the clock is ticking. It goes from here to here. And we are in this position here. So the white part is getting less. The black part is getting more, right? So that's why harvest time becomes so important. Just more specifically, so right now we are in the white part. We are in the white part. So the white part is it's between the Wei and the Shen, but we haven't gone to the Wei part yet. So we are just the little slice past the red. So for sure, we are in the harvest time. So to be more specifically, here we are, you see in the pink area, right? The pink line here. We are between the Wu and the Wei. Okay, so right here. So time is really urgent. So this kind of teaching is very similar to Christianity. It's very close to it. Let's see. So here's a bigger picture. So you see the little pie here says 500 years. So this the harvest time it's a quarter of this pie. But to be more specifically, we are in this period of harvest of 3 Buddha. But more specifically, we are the little pie after the red pie. But before the Wei, within the 500 years period. So right now it is the harvest time. This teaching echoes with the Western teaching too. So ancient West, Gudong is the ancient West. So based on AK's questions here, this one comes from the 12th time zone of the zodiac. On the 12th time zone, 子丑寅卯辰巳午未申酉戌亥. So it's different meaning. It has different meaning.
Joanna, do you say we're in this 500-year period? Is that what you?
Yes, we are within the 500 years period, but we have not passed the 500-year period.
And would you say that this 500-year period is a positive period of time, or is it a change to a more negative period of time? What would you say?
Well, it's a positive time because you see that in that narrow pie, there's more white than the black. But as the time start to tick, there will be more black than the white, right? Because say in the next 500 times, there will be less white, right? And more black. And then the next 1,000 years, black and white will be equal. And then the more you go down to the destruction period, it will be totally black. Do you understand? It will be totally black, unless when you come to there's a white dot here. It can flow, but the white it's so nominal. It's so small.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question about this harvest time?
Is that planetary destruction, or is it human, spiritual? Is this spiritual analogy, or is this an actual physical happening?
Okay, so on the right, we can see that in the same time, it's destruction of human, and Yu time is destruction of earth, and Shi time is destruction of atmosphere, heaven. And then here comes the cycle comes again. So, but this is a teaching from this scholar, but we don't have to wait until that time. Is it really earth destruction? Is it really the universe is going to destroy? It's not for us to. We might never find out during our time, because how long do we live? But something for sure that we know in our time. The next time when you come, there will be more, I will say there will be more chemical, there will be more pollution, water will be more polluted, right? Anybody object on that? There's no objection, right? Water will be more polluted. And then we will get more warning sign on the packaged food, right? There's a warning sign. If you consume this thing, it's going to cause cancer. So Gudong is the ancient East. So here we are talking about ancient East. 1,000 or 2,000 years ago, or even thousands years ago. So the great salvation has already begun. The great harvest has already begun. And here I want to show you the picture again. So the great harvest is because the green period is the red period it's the era of Shakyamuni Buddha. The green period is in charge by Dipankara Buddha. So that's why the scriptures say the harvest time has already begun, because we are almost in the middle of it. We can see the narrow pie, right? The narrow white pie where it says 500 years. So the great salvation has already begun. Many manifestations occur, such as incarnation of Maitreya Buddha, which we have document of in AD 665 to 713. There's Mahasava Fu. His name is Fu Da Si. He came on earth, specifically in China. And also the next one is AD 907. He came in as the begging monk. This begging monk is very unique and special, because nowadays, everywhere you see the big Buddha, and the laughing Buddha, and the big belly Buddha, and the Buddha that you see in Las Vegas, it's all the begging monk. So the begging monk, he has many. Even the Westerner, they make a jing out of it. It's called a true religion. There's the Buddha, the true religion. It has a label. It says true religion, and its symbol is Buddha Maitreya. So he has so many names, because just people love him. We see him everywhere. The laughing Buddha, we call him Jigong. We call him Maitreya Buddha, because that's his correct term. And then in 1789, he came in as the 59th patriarch, Xu Huangwu, and also 63rd patriarch, Lu Zhongyi, who is our also our patriarch before Sizun and Simu in 1853. Go ahead, Robert.
Yes. Could it be interpreted also when you say harvest? Could it be interpreted as the gathering of souls, the pulling out of souls from this world? Possibly.
Of course. It could be. Go ahead.
Yeah, as a kind of Messiah also, because in Western terms, there are, a lot of people talking about this is a messianic age coming up. And the time of Aquarius, too, if you talk about astrology, too. We're going into this time of Aquarius, and it's also supposed to be a time for female power, females coming into more power also this time period.
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
maybe it also, this 500 years can also be interpreted as a gathering, a pulling together and a more hopeful period of time for at least this 500 years anyway.
Thank you. I really like your comment. It could be everything come together. It could be I see it right now. It's a time that all the divine energy, they come together. Maybe they come on earth already and we don't see their presence. Jesus said that even if I come in front of you, you don't recognize me. And that's what happened to Fu Dashi and the Baggage monk, because when the Baggage monk come onto China, nobody recognized that he's Buddha Maitreya. When Qigong Buddha come, nobody know that he's Qigong Buddha. So it's like what Robert said. It could be that it could be Jesus or Heavenly Mother's energy come in each one of us.
Well, in Matthew, I remember there's a verse that says that the Son of Man will come from the east. So this could be something, related, very much related. So I don't know.
Yes.
I'm just throwing that out there. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I remember in Bible there's a verse like that. Something come from the east. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So I want to share with you a little story about this cat. So there was one monk. So he studied Maitreya's teaching for so long, and he always want to look for Buddha. So one time he just get out of his monastery, and then he went up to the mountain with the purpose of looking for Maitreya Buddha. He hoped that one day Maitreya Buddha will show in front of him. So he cultivated in the forest for many years. And of course, he did not see Maitreya Buddha's presence. He did not see it. So even though he prayed for so long and so many days, finally he gave up. He said, well, I'm not just, you have abandoned me and I'm not going to see you. I know already. And now I'm going down to the mountain to go back to the monastery. So on his way back, he saw a cat, and this cat is deeply injured. So with blood coming out and there's a wound. So this monk, what he did was, he said, wow, this poor cat. So he took out his clothing and he wrapped the cat up. And then before he wrapped up the cat, he take the cat to the river to wash his wound and make sure it's clean, and then wrap it up. And then before he take off again, he saw Buddha Maitreya come. And then he said, wow, you are here. I've been waiting for you for so long. And Buddha Maitreya said, well, I'm always with you. Why are you looking for me? Because when I come, you don't even recognize me. I'm that cat. So it's correct that in the Christian term, Jesus said that in the future I will be coming to save you. But I want to ask you, do not look for any Buddha or Bodhisattva come to save you right in front of you, because they can be somebody who's just your friend. It could be a cat, it could be a dog. There's a lot of people who are emotionally wounded. And how were they cured? They were cured by their pet. Because, pet is the best therapy, emotional therapy in their life. Let's see. Okay. And also that one time I go to India. I have one Indian friend, so he's also Hindu too. So in their culture, they don't kill fish, they don't kill dog, they don't kill cow, they don't kill monkey. You can see monkey roaming around the street. You can see cow roaming around the street. And why don't they stop them? Because you don't know if this monkey is a manifestation of Krishna, or if this cow is a manifestation of Ganesha, or if this fish is a manifestation of Krishna. So you don't know. All the sentient being could be a manifestation of any divine being. Any divine being. So it's very easy to find vegetarian food in India because the Hindu teaching are very similar to us. But like what you asked earlier in the session, how is Buddhism different from Taoist teaching? We are all very similar, but we have our uniqueness. So Hinduism teaching is very similar to Tao teaching. But keep in mind, the Buddha's teaching comes from the Hindu teaching, and Tao teaching comes from the Buddha's teaching. So we are all related. We cannot separate from each other. It's like brother, sister. Yeah.
It's like meditation. We do that a lot.
Yeah, we do that too. Yeah. In the Hindu teaching, they also focus on I should say that they do meditation. I think in the Buddhism term, there's a term called mindfulness meditation. Yeah. So in the Tao temple, we also do meditation too. So it's all the essence is all the same, but you see the package might look different. But if you take out the package, the diamond inside is very much the same. It's all about seeking for our inner nature. It's all about developing our inner growth. Okay, so the next one, the next manifestation from the ancient East is incarnation of Bodhisattva Yue Hui. Bodhisattva Yue Hui is the later Buddha of medicine Buddha. So for those of you who does not know Bodhisattva Yue Hui, you know medicine Buddha. Nowadays, if people get sick in China or in Taiwan, the first divine being that they pray to is medicine Buddha. But medicine Buddha has its timing. The next one replace medicine Buddha is Bodhisattva Yue Hui. It seems like in the USA president, we have Joe Biden, and now we have Donald Trump. And the next one, who knows? So same thing for this chart here. In the green slide pie, this green slide area is in charge by Dipankara Buddha. The red area is in charge by Shakyamuni Buddha. The white area, the white pie is in charge by Maitreya Buddha. Okay, so Bodhisattva Yue Hui is the Buddha will be replaced. I'm sorry, the medicine Buddha will be replaced by Bodhisattva Yue Hui, but there is no clear cut. There will be some overlap. And then the next one is the incarnation of Qigong Buddha. Qigong Buddha is the laughing Buddha, and we know that Qigong Buddha is also he actually exists on earth. He's an actual person. He has a name. He has his mother and father. He was born from mother's womb, and He in the Chinese history, there's a person like this, Jigong Buddha. Later on, his incarnation is Sizun, but Sizun's time is 1988. So in the earlier time, Buddha Yuehui incarnation is Simu. And of course, the last one is Guanyin Bodhisattva. Guanyin Bodhisattva, we see her picture everywhere. Sometimes we see her in people's household. She can be everywhere. She has so many manifestations. So every time when we look for any saint and sages, Buddha, Bodhisattva, don't look for their certain image, because if they want to show it to you, it can be in any image.
If you compare Bodhisattva Yuehui with Guanyin Bodhisattva, which one of the two is came in first in the world? Did Guanyin come first, or did Bodhisattva Yuehui come first?
I don't know the answer. But I can tell you that theoretically, we all come together. Do you come first or Guanyin come first? I can answer you this question. Do you come first or Guanyin come first? Keep in mind, your soul does not have a beginning, and Guanyin's soul does not have a beginning, and you both come from the source. So which one come first? There's no answer, because we all come from the same place, and this place has no beginning, because we are all manifestation of God, and we are all made from God. We are all made for God, and we are made by God. Yeah, so I don't know which one comes first.
So we're waiting for the Guanyin manifestation, because you got incarnations of Maitreya. You have like
They are not done in order. It's not in chronological order. It's just an example. Yeah. And talking about great salvation, the Hindu God is long before what I listed here.
Right.
Yeah, Shiva, oh, it's millions years ago. Shiva, yeah, Shiva is millions years ago. And on earth, we classify India as the Eastern culture, the Eastern continent. So Jesus come later. Even Jesus come after, I'm talking about physical birth, come after Lao Tzu's time.
Lao Tzu and Buddhism started around 2,500 years ago. Also Confucius, all three.
Yes.
And Jesus was about 2,000 years ago.
So does Jesus
Those are
come?
about 500 years later.
Yeah.
So Jesus come later.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So
And also Judaism actually started, all of it started about 2,500 years ago. The Jewish religion started about 2,500 years ago. Buddhism also, Lao Tzu and the Tao Te Ching 2,500 years ago. Yes.
Yeah, so during this time, it's actually the harvest time. Everybody on a how should I say, the prophet come together almost the same time, but Jesus come a little later, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but if we say Hindu, it's just much way before.
5,000 years ago, more. Maybe Naman, if he's there.
Sanjeev can provide
Sanjeev
input.
also.
Yeah, but he told me that before Shiva's time is millions years ago.
Oh, you're talking, well, yes, but I was talking about Hinduism and I mean,
Yeah.
going back at least 5,000 years or more.
Yes. Thank you. So our divine mother, our heavenly mother, our God, our creator really want to save us. And he or she already, we are already in this process of harvest period. So so it's up to us. Hold on to this rope. It's only up to us, because next time when we come about, next time, where are you going to be born? And if we choose to be born, where are we going to be born? What is still considered be safe? Yeah. So now, since we have this affinity, we have this connection, we are already in the temple, we have connection to our Heavenly Mother, we all receive this divine thread, we are all being blessed. So let's hold on to the rope so that we can start this journey. Because a teacher can only guide us through the door. You can enter the college by admission, but whether you graduate or not, it's up to individuals' effort, right? So it's up to us to practice and become good at it. Here is another explanation on 收圆显化在古东. During the last salvation, the holy manifestation are revealed in the ancient East. So this is 5,000 years ago. So the harvest time was done by first patriarch Fuxi, because this is the oldest scripture done by Fuxi, and therefore we have this triagram. And then after that we have the ninth patriarch done by Xia Yu. So this is the oldest scroll that we have. So there are signs that shows in the ancient East, specifically in China. 南北两极连宗绪. The literal translation is the south and the north will be united. Not divided, but united. You see, right now, everything is divided, right? Everything is divided. There's so much divorce rate going up. Thank God me and my husband are still doing okay. You and your wife are doing okay. Okay, so 南北两极连宗绪. So 南北 literally looks like it's the North Pole and the South Pole. But here it's actually talking about the duality. The duality have to come to the middle. So let's see. So if you are in a marriage and you want to do things very quick, and your spouse do things very, 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 very slow. So what do? So the person who is very quick need to slow down a little bit, and the person who is doing very slow need to catch up a little bit. And that's where you meet in the middle, right? Then there won't be a problem. And if I'm the one that who like to keep the house clean, I need to make it so clean, and you are the spouse like to make a big mess. So we all have to come to the middle to meet. Otherwise, there will be conflict. Otherwise, there will be disagreement. Otherwise, there will be separation. So here it's actually talking about the duality have to come meet in the middle so that it can be harmonized. So how can we do that? Even for us, imagine when we go to the mall to shop, do you feel that, I mean, the marketing in the mall, sometimes they intentionally do that. They make you feel more inferior, because when you go window shopping, everything is so trendy, and then what we wear is out of trend. So they want you to buy something trendy, right? So there is the extreme of one side is very fashion, very stylish, and what we wear is something plain. So if we don't catch up, then we become so outdated. So in that sense, and then sometimes we also compare what other people wear and what we wear. Other people wear, wow, they wear so stylish, but what I wear, it's so out of date. So that's also duality too. And we also judge on people too. Oh, I wear much more stylish and what you wear is more outdated. So that kind of separation, that kind of judgment, it's also a form of duality. Everything it's about energy. So we have to harmonize the energy because on this earth, everything is about separation. Everything. Life and death is about separation. I'm healthy. This person is sick. Or even sometimes I feel a separation between me and my mom because sometimes I say, wow, this is where separation comes in. She's 83 years old and I'm 50 some years old. So there's a separation. And one day she's going to be gone and then I'm still here. So there's separation. And we are all separate by name. We are all separate physically. You have your body, I have my body, and we are just totally separated. But how can we come to the middle to be united? That's the key. If we look at everything it's separately, how do we see that? The key is to, if you see that when people are separate from us, there's one thing that will unite us, and that is our essence. Because if we can see where we come from the source. If you come from the source, I come from the source, he come from the source, then our separation now, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because whatever it is, whatever that we see now, it's just false. When I say false, it means temporary. It's impermanent. It's false. Because one day when we go back to the supreme heaven, we will be together as one big energy, right? So all the particle, all the soul will be one energy. So my soul and David's soul and Jamie's soul and Miyuki's soul and everybody here, we will be together in one energy. But before that, it looks separate. That's why Buddha say it's an illusion. It's an illusion, isn't it? One thing that can unite us together while we're not on earth is through love that can unite us together. Through judgment, it will separate us. Through differentiation, it will separate us. Through discrimination, it will separate us. That's why practice spirituality, it's so difficult because everything on earth, it's just judgment. I judge you, you judge me. Everything is about judgment. So when we do the spiritual practice, it's important not to judge, because when we start to judge, what car do you drive, David? What car do you drive?
An old Lexus.
Oh, Lexus! Look at what he said. Okay, then I'm going to judge him. He must be poor.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, and the other person drive a Mercedes, maybe a Mercedes-Benz. Oh, he's much more rich than me. So on one side, I feel more superior than him. But on the other side, I feel more inferior. So we are constantly in this judgment. We either feel inferior or we feel more superior. Very rare we feel equal. Have you noticed that? Or even I say Jamie has beautiful hair. So that's if I take a step further, that will become judgment. Wow, your hair is so beautiful. Oh, look at mine, so rough. So that's also judgment too. So that will even though that's a compliment, but depends on how I take it. It can be it can put myself down. So here we are talking about self-worth. I feel my hair is worth less than you. Yeah. So So here we are talking about duality. So whether it's duality or we talk about duality, but it's not just two. Two means multiple. It can be duality in terms of 100 separation, 1,000 of separation. On this earth, we have how many billions of people? We are all in a state of separation, isn't it? But there is one thing that unites all of us, because that's where, that's our soul. That's where we come from. We all come from that source. And with that source, we see our common ground. And if we can see our common ground, we will more likely to accept each other. Go ahead, Robert.
Actually, Lao Tzu from the Tao Te Ching teaches that we should live our lives by trying to reduce the duality in our lives.
Correct.
That would then make us much more satisfied if we could just work daily on reducing that duality, that separation.
Yes. Thank you, Robert.
You've been talking about.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. Yeah, so Lao Tzu's point of view is to reduce the duality, come to the middle. And what happened before, because duality is the state of Taiji. And what happened before Taiji? And that's the Wuji. And that's what earlier AK was talking about. AK was talking about Wuji. So Wuji is it's a state of void. And when something is void for so long, something starts to move, and therefore it comes Taiji. And that's where the duality comes, and that's where the separation comes. So our job here on earth, each one of us, is to go back to the state of Wuji. And when we go back to the state of Wuji, then there's no duality, right? And this is what Lao Tzu teach in Tao Te Ching. To unite the South and the North, to unite two separate things together, two separate beings together. Yeah, so this concept we can apply into our family. If family want to be in harmony, it's important. We have to come to the state of Wuji. There's no difference. Whatever you say, it's okay. I accommodate you. I accommodate you. You accommodate me. And in a marriage, it's okay to be a loser sometimes. You don't have to be a winner, because in a relationship, maybe it's a friendship, maybe it's a fellowship or relationship or whatever. In an organization, we don't have to be a winner all the time. Sometimes it's okay to take a step back, because when you take a step back, the sky is more wide. And if you always go to the front, sometime you will get hurt. In fact, Lao Tzu very much stress on taking the defense position, not the offense position, right? So in Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching, chapter 30 and 31, I think Lao Tzu, and also in other chapter, when Lao Tzu mentioned about the world, he focused more on taking the defense position. Okay, so we can look at this picture here. So this gentleman look at this image as 9, the other person look at it as a 6. So from different perspective, we interpret things differently. And it's normal, because when you are separate individual, of course, we look at things differently, right? It's just like a diamond. A diamond has how many cut? So many cut. So we represent each side of the diamond. So our angle is different. Of course, our perspective will be different. Therefore, it's important to have an open-minded view, to accommodate each other, to accept each other. I want special thank to Mr. Robert M. Jenko for editing my slide.
Thanks, Joanna. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. We worked on several hours to work on this slide. Thank you so much. And he is also an author of Tao Te Ching, an intuitive interpretation. So in our library, we also have his copy. You're welcome to get one. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
If mistake were made or said during today's sharing, I ask for forgiveness from Heavenly Mother, Buddha Maitreya, Qigong Buddha, Patriarch Sizun, Simu, Great Master, and Senior Master and Junior Master. Thank you so much for your attendance. Thank you.